Well, 15 years ago today, Hurricane Rita slammed into the Cameron Parish coast as a Category 3 hurricane with winds of 115 miles per hour. A similar track to the more recent Hurricane Laura, Rita produced a storm surge of 18 feet, surpassing the levels produced by Hurricane Audrey in 1957. Towns like Cameron and Holly Beach were literally wiped off the map, completely changing the landscape of South Louisiana. Storm surge flooding inundated the coast as far east as Mississippi and Alabama. Several areas, including Erath, Delcambre, Avery Island, and Sycamore Point, saw record water levels. Wind damage and flooding raged through Lake Charles and much of eastern Texas and western Louisiana. At one time, Rita was a Cat 5 with winds at 180 miles per hour, and it's still considered the strongest hurricane by means of air pressure ever to move over the Gulf of Mexico. 120 people died, most of those evacuating in Texas. Damage caused by Rita is estimated to be over $18 billion. And that landfall sure was something. And you're talking about not just the storm surge flooding right around the center of circulation, but even as far east as Gulf Shores, Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, we're seeing elevated water due to Hurricane Rita. And some of those flooding, some of the flooding that we saw in Vermilion and Iberia Parish, you're talking about almost 100 miles away from where the eye of the hurricane was, and we saw record flooding.
You know, and Dave, and you talk about how and people rebuilding from Rita, and they almost kind of feel like people that you talk to now after Laura passed, they felt like they just got back on their feet, you know, 15 years later, and then now Laura. But, you know, as something that we've learned is people here in Louisiana are resilient. They help one another, and they will get through it.
You are right.